My early childhood was blissful. We spent long holidays at Holkham exploring the park and spending most of our summers on the wide, sandy beaches. The house was a fantastic warren with extensive attics and cellars, innumerable corridors and secret doors that were a delight to explore. A succession of nannies and governesses took care of the practical aspects of looking after me, dressing, washing, feeding, and putting me to bed, and I saw my mother for select parts of the day. I absolutely adored these times, as she did lovely things for my sisters and me. She didn't have to bother with the boring bits, but she was often away busy or with my father. My mother also loved her dogs so much that I remember being rather jealous of them because of all the affection they got. She far preferred dogs to children, and was, I suspect, even disappointed we weren't dogs ourselves. This upbringing had the advantage of creating a stable routine for us as children. We always knew what was going to happen and when, but it was always terribly rigid. Nanny ruled the nursery, and that was that. We had to fit in with what she thought was right. Until I went to boarding school, we'd have lessons in the morning and always a walk after lunch. I liked geography very much. Colouring in the maps was a treat. The day ended with a story from the children's Bible and prayers. Of course, this was accepted at the time as a correct way to raise children. Looking back, though, especially in the light of how modern children are brought up, I do now think it's rather strange to consign the intimate care of one's children to people who might be more or less complete strangers. Our individuality was not considered important. Our conformity was everything, and behaviour was considered much more important than feelings. Good manners were drilled into me from my earliest childhood. Our first training in sitting up straight was given by our grandmother, who would put a broom handle down our backs at meals so that we couldn't let our shoulders roll forward. We were also taught to look at people when we spoke to them and speak clearly, to put others first in every situation and think about their feelings and comfort. I had to be aware of what people thought of me at all times and do my best not to upset them. As girls, particularly, we were also expected to be self-sacrificing, demure, polite, and endlessly considerate. Though I was an adventurous child and occasionally a little naughty, that message of being aware of what others might think and putting them first was an extremely powerful one and stayed with me throughout my life. However, it was obvious to me from an early age that men from my generation and background seemed to be able to get away with a lot more than we girls could. They didn't always appear to feel constrained by the same code of behaviour, and neither did they seem to think that they needed to put the feelings of others first. In fact, they were often completely at ease with making themselves the main priority.